Folks, I will be the first to admit that I have a serious problem, but that is not what we're going to talk about today. Today we're doing another pickups video, which I guess it is basically me saying I have a serious problem. I bought a ton of Switch games, as you saw, over the past few weeks, past month or so. I also have a ton of really good stuff from the bins. Nothing, like, super crazy, but a lot of really good PS2, one 360 game that I was really excited to find, as well as just a bunch of random stuff. So we're going to go over all the bin stuff first, and if you don't know what the bins are, this is Goodwill Outlet, so you pay by the pound there. So all these games were, you know, depending on manual, because you pay by weight, maybe 30 to 50 cents, right, per game. But before we get to games, actually, this is really cool. I'm surprised none of the resellers grabbed these, because they are actually worth a little bit of money, but at least some of them are. Books are 50 cents a piece, so you don't even pay by the pound on these. So these are 50 cents a piece, which honestly, like, you could probably hit that up at a garage sale if you found them. But just some really cool old magazines, specifically some Dreamcast magazines. But before the Dreamcast, we do have Power Station with a Ridge Racer Type 4 on the cover. We got another Power Station with Blasto on the cover. That's cool. Breath of Fire 3 advertised there. And then a Tips and Tricks magazine. Why not? Street Fighter Alpha 3. But then the coolest ones are these 3 Dreamcast magazines. So this one has Space Channel 5? Is that what it's called? What's this game called? It probably says it on here. Oh yeah, Space Channel 5. That's what I thought. So it has Space Channel. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's so cool. This game's super expensive. There's an ad on the back of this magazine. Look at this ad. PS1 and Dreamcast. I've never even seen the Dreamcast version up. I'm not sure how much that's worth. I know the PS1 version, though, fetches quite a pretty penny. But this is a super good condition magazine. It was just sitting on top of the books when we were getting ready to leave one day. Then there's this one, which has Sonic Adventure on the cover with the exclusive review, which is really cool. And then a much less interesting ad on the back. And this one was a little more damaged, which is sad. But it actually... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It has like a poster. Okay. That's cool. The Phantasy Star issue of Dreamcast magazine, and on the back is Spawn, and this one's a little bit more damaged, like this thing was kind of crumpled up, but I noticed it has this, what is this? Oh, these are prices. $50 for Marvel vs. Capcom on Dreamcast, $50 for Power Stone, and this is what, back in like 2000? Super cool stuff on here. Hard to see, maybe hard to hear me now, but that's fine. So that's cool. And then also, I think there's another one inside of here. Wow. Don't even know what this is. Experiencing this firsthand. Illbleed? We'll take yours. Not sure what Illbleed is. But, yeah, just some cool magazines. You don't really find video game magazines too often at my bins. I found, like, you know, like, I find, like, Shonen Jump there decently often, I would say. But never video game magazines. I think someone one time found some old Nintendo Powers. I was very jealous. That said, though, let's get into the games. We're gonna start off with a banger. This was just mixing with the media. I think what happened is they're supposed to sort their media for their online shop Goodwill, so they can sell it for a much higher profit, and it goes on auction there. I think this game slipped through the cracks because it is a licensed game, but it is a complete in-box NES game, and that is the first time I've ever found one of these there. I found NES games. My girlfriend found that whole pouch full of incredible NES games that one time. I found Game Boy games. I found GBA games. But I've never found a complete in-box NES game. This is Top Gun from Konami. It was just mixed in with the movies. I think what happened was they saw Top Gun and were like, oh, Top Gun's not worth anything. Toss it. And this is complete in-box. The only real damage is this. I don't know if it's technically complete in-box. There's probably other things that came with it, but it has this how-to-play manual thing. And then the little sleeve as well as the game. So I'm guessing actually it probably isn't complete. There was probably more, you know, like Nintendo Power inserts or something. But I paid like maybe $1 for it because, you know, cartridges are a little bit heavier than a disc box and all that. But still, getting a complete in box NES game at the bins is incredible. Hope there's more of that coming up. And it makes you think too, like, damn, obviously this didn't get sorted, but this person's collection probably did. With like Mario and Zelda maybe. So there's always that chance they'll slip up and put something good in the bins. Now we have a ton of Xbox games. We'll go through all these Xbox games pretty quickly. Although, as I mentioned, there is one that's actually pretty cool. So starting off, and actually some decent stuff that I didn't have, which is nice. Doom 3, didn't have that on Xbox. COD Day Zero Edition. This feels heavy. Oh, it's a 2-disc game. Never realized. Advanced Warfare. Copy of GTA 5. These actually sell for like $10. Random Tiger Woods game. Modern Warfare 2 on PC. I kind of collect Call of Duty games that I don't have. Or even ones that I do have, apparently, because I definitely have that Call of Duty on 360. But, you know, having it on PC is kind of cool. This is interesting. This is a sealed original Xbox game. It's just NHL 2005. But, yeah, this is a sealed original Xbox game. Pretty cool to find, you know? This was what I was really excited about because I actually didn't have it, and it is one of the pricier Xbox 360 games. If you collect 360, you know it's not really expensive. But both of these next two games are actually, I think, like 25 to 30. I think this one might be, it might have gone on a little bit. But this is the orange box. I did not have this. This obviously has Portal, Half-Life 2, and TF2 on it. I didn't have this. This is the only way to play Portal on console, or at least it was before the Switch version came out, so that's really cool. And the other game, I did see someone else, another reseller, she grabbed the sequel to this, which is fine. You know, I was thinking about maybe asking her if I could buy it off her, but, you know, whatever. Not a huge deal, although that one is more expensive. Naruto Rise of the Ninja. I saw the other person grab Broken Bond. That's fine. I played this game growing up. Loved it a lot. Storm is better, but cool game. Broken Bond, I think, was better also. Doesn't have the manual, which is fine, but still cool to find it there. You know, you don't really find good 360 games ever. Connect Sports, or Connect Star Wars. I just traded my copy of this to Caleb a few weeks back, so that's nice. Halo Reach, I don't think I even actually had, but maybe I did. Never played these games. Lost Planet 2. And I don't think I had that one. I think I had Lost Planet 1 and 3. Is there even a Lost Planet 3? I think there is. But moving on, still have a lot of 360 get through than a lot of other stuff. Disney Infinity. This one's pretty cool. I don't know if it's still worth money, but I know at one point it was. Bully Scholarship Edition. Dungeon Siege 3. This one's water damaged. Probably should have left it. Rise of Nightmares. Weird game. I'll leave most sports games unless it's something like a little bit weird or if it's on like a more modern platform. So this I grabbed just because it's different. Madden 07 Hall of Fame Edition. Not worth anything, but cool. Never heard of this one. What is this? What is it called? Chrome Hounds? Little tank game from Sega? Okay. Dynasty Warriors 6. Not the only Dynasty Warriors game in this video. Not the only Dynasty Warriors 6 in this video. As I did get it on another platform. But yeah, this one's complete. Pretty nice. Moving along here. Battlefield 3. I think I already had that. Medal of Honor definitely had that. I'm not sure why I grabbed this, to be honest. FIFA 07. This was cool, even though I would never play this because it's on every platform on demand. But South Park, The Stick of Truth. Pretty cool. Not sure why I grabbed it. Well, honestly, I mean, at a certain point, I can lot these together in like a big lot. But Modern Warfare 1 and 2 on 360. Last stack of 360 games. Connect Rush. I don't think I have this one for the Connect collection. Some original Xbox. Hot Pursuit 2. SSX 3. This is pretty cool. Ultimate Alliance 2. I did not have this one, so that's nice. Copy of Black Ops 2. These always are worth a little bit of money. Batman Arkham Asylum. And this weird 2-pack. Once again, water damage, but was interesting enough for me to want to buy it. Weird 2-pack of MLB 2K12 and NBA 2K12. Just kind of weird, you know? So why not? Now, worth noting, little story for you folks about this day. If you're ever at a thrift place that obviously has good games like mine, be careful. Because, so what happened was my girlfriend was with me, and she was at the bin with most of these games, but I was at a different bin with other games. And we'll get into the PS2 stuff, but there was a really good PS2 game there. And that game was Def Jam Fight for New York. Now, if you don't know about that game, no worries, I don't blame you. It is a pretty niche, like, kind of fighting game, wrestling game. Not wrestling, but you know what I mean. The game's awesome. I played it growing up. I used to have it growing up, but my disc got cracked, so I eventually sold the case, because just the case alone was worth, like, $60. The game complete is, like, $200 now. She had it in her carts. She found it in the bins and put it in her cart. And then while we were digging, because, you know, you have your back turned, you're holding your cart normally and then digging with the other hand, someone swooped it out of the cart. They didn't take any of the other games. They obviously just saw Def Jam and saw it was, oh, I know that game's worth money, and took it, which sucks, because that would have been an awesome game to have in the collection. So if you're watching this video, you are a scumbag. You should not dig through other people's carts. That's messed up. So, little peeved about that, but, you know, what can you do? Live and learn, I guess. They do have cameras up. I didn't think to, like, tell them, like, hey, someone stole something on my cart. Let's see what's going on here. Honestly, you know, if I was that person, if I was going to do something scummy like that, I would have bought it and then left immediately, but what's done is done, I suppose. Lesson learned. My girlfriend wanted me to show her I Spy Spooky Mansion demo disc. Show that for her. Let's see here. This is kind of sad, but also kind of cool. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Never heard of this. 5.1.0. They just announced, or I guess it was leaked, Need for Speed Unbound for PS5. But not inside. But what is inside is Scarface on PSP. Greatest hits. That game's actually worth a little bit, so that's okay. Some PS1 stuff. PlayStation Magazine demo disc. Terminator 3 Rise of the Machine disc only. This weird interactive CD thing. Disc only Black Ops 2, and then Army Men at World War on PS1. Why not? You know, you can never say no to that. Some very modern games, some Xbox One and PS4. I actually didn't have two of these. I didn't have Rainbow Six on PS4. Kind of water damage once again. That's You. I know this is one of those like PlayLink games that are worth absolutely nothing. And then I did have this Black Ops 3, but at the men's, why not? And then some absolute garbage on Xbox One, although I think I've sold Disney Infinity 2 before. I'm not sure about 3, but I got both of those. As well as I didn't even realize these were both on the same day. Because I'm kind of in a rush to get home normally. I just kind of throw stuff in my bag. It's so cheap anyway. I ended up getting Madden 16 and Madden 16 Deluxe Edition. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I'll buy some sports games I maybe shouldn't have, right? Some PS3 stuff. Nothing crazy here, but some decent stuff. NBA 2K12. Madden 25. Who knows how many copies of this I have at this point. Advanced Warfare. This is cool. I didn't have this one. Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. I want to find GT6. That'd be nice. I don't know if that game's worth money, but I think it came out after the PS4, which was really weird. And then GTA 4 Complete with the episodes from Liberty City, which is really nice because I don't think I had this on PS3. So that's cool. Some Wii stuff as I reach over here. Of course, Despicable Me, the game. How could I live without it? And then some actual good stuff. So, well, not that. Wipeout 3. This I think is worth like $10. Facebreaker KO Party, random little EA game. MLB The Bigs. And four good games, I would say. Cookie Mama Cook-Off, that's pretty cool. I don't have any Cookie Mama games, so those are actually like decent games from what I've heard. Never played one. Red Steel, never played Red Steel, but I've always heard very, very good things. It's a Ubisoft Wii game, obviously, that uses the motion controls as a sword. Does not have the manual, but that's fine. And then this is sad, it's funny. So I bought this game from my roommate like 2 years ago, and his copy was a Hollywood Video like rental, so it didn't have the original box art. And I found it again at the bins now, and it's a freaking Hollywood rental box art. Damn it. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption does not have the manual or anything, but I couldn't leave it. I don't know if that game's gone up in value. It probably has. Who knows? And then a Wii U game in a very crushed case. Smash Bros. For Wii U. As you can see, it's completely destroyed. So that's it for Wii. Here's a couple random little trinkets. A 3DS game. It's Lego City Undercover. It's not Sun or Pokemon Sun. Which honestly, obviously Sun's like a little bit more valuable, but Sun is like the least valuable Pokemon game, so obviously it would have been better to find that, but still cool to have, I guess. NFL Blitz 2000. You don't really find Dreamcast games too often at the bin, so that was nice. And then this is really cool. The disc is fried. Like, here, I'll show you the disc first. The disc is fried. I would need to resurface this thing to hell and back, but I could not leave it because this is just a really cool item. I don't know if it was like a Nintendo Power, like, promo item for being a subscriber or what, but this is Killer Cuts from Killer Instinct. It's the Killer Instinct soundtrack on CD. Obviously, the N64 game Killer Instinct. So, really cool. Or actually, it was, I don't even know. In SNES, I don't freaking know, man. I don't know anything about Killer Instinct, but cool to find, random. And actually, now that I say that, I remembered I actually found some other soundtracks I'm going to grab real quick. All right, I managed to find them. They were in a box. I put them away, even though it was just yesterday that I found these. Some soundtracks for games that you wouldn't really expect to find. This one's sealed. It is cracked on the inside, but it's nice because I actually sold or traded my copy to Caleb like 3 years ago. It's the Club Nintendo Smash Bros. Soundtrack. If you bought it on 3DS and Wii U, they would send you this for free. As you can see, it's sealed but cracked, but still cool to find it. And then these I thought would be worth more. Well, honestly, this one, they're like $15-$20 a piece. Lunar Silver Star Harmony musical selections, kind of cool, from Xseed. I think that's a PSP game. And then this one I thought would be way more, but it's not. I also, gonna be completely honest with you, I just dropped it while bringing it back over here. It was in perfect condition, and I broke it. So that's nice. I'm not going to open it because the little clamps broke when I dropped it. But the Persona soundtrack, Shin Megami Tensei Persona original soundtrack. This crack was already here. That's not me. But the inside, the little, actually I guess I gotta show you. The thing that clicks the disc, and that broke off. So I'm a dummy, but they were in good condition before. With that said, let's end off the bins finds with a ton of PS2. Now, some of it's not the best, but some of it is actually really good. I'm starting off, and most of these don't have manuals. I will say that, which does hurt, but still cool to find them. Dragon Ball Z Budokai. I've never played Budokai 1 through 3. I love Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3. I never played the first one. So maybe I'll have to fire up the old PS2 and play this for the first time. Madden 11 on the PS2. Once again, one of those weird games that, like, just kind of interests me. Because this came out in 2010 on the PS2. That's just funny. DDR. I don't know why I grabbed that. This I already had. I'm surprised it's actually just worth, like, nothing. But I'm not going to leave it because it is a real game, and I respect it. Virtua Fighter 4. It's worth like $7 free shipping. I don't know how. Motocross Mania 3. Greatest hit, sadly, but Killzone. I didn't have this one. Spider-Man 2. Once again, these are all missing their manual, which is really sad. This one I thought was empty. It's the other Dynasty Warriors I was talking about. Dynasty Warriors 6. Kind of funny. It's on PS2 and then 360, 2 generations. It feels so light. Oh, it doesn't have the memory card slot. Maybe that's why. But it has a disc in there. That's enough for me. Jam Pack of Volume 11 demo disc. So it has a demo for Suikoden 4, which is kind of cool. If you're a big Suikoden fan, they just announced those remakes of 1 and 2. Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood. This one's nice because it's a game I had growing up, but I never had a complete copy. I always had just like a disc and a box copy from GameStop. GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Pretty nice. This one's really cool. I wish it had the manual. But, and I've never played this, but I've always heard people bragging for, like, a remake or a sequel from, Studio. Who makes this? NetherRealm? Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name of the Mortal Kombat developer. Ed Boon. Mortal Kombat, Shaolin Monks. Always heard great things about this game, never played it, but, the PS2 era of Mortal Kombat, through, like, Mortal Kombat 9, that was peak, bro. Mortal Kombat Deception, Armageddon, through Mortal Kombat 9, and even like DC, I enjoyed that when I was a kid. So cool to find that. And then we get into the uber recent stuff. Well, actually, a few more things from the other day. An import copy of Fight Night 2004 from the UK. Cool. Need for Speed Underground. Tomb Raider Underworld, pretty cool. And then all this is from just today. My girlfriend went without me because I slept in like a lazy piece POS. But these are pretty cool. So a couple sports games, but actually I think they hold a little bit of value and they just are a little different. MLB Slugfest 2003 on PS2, really clean copy. And these are all complete, by the way. So that's good. NFL Blitz 2003. Random tie-in game, Aragon. Midnight Club, I think I have this greatest hits. I don't think I have a black label copy, so that's nice. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. And then Backyard Baseball 10. And then the last 4 games, the ones that are actually like really cool. I don't know the values of most of these. I don't think any of them are worth that much except for maybe one, if you really want to say it's worth that much. It's not like that crazy expensive. It is sadly a game I bought 2 months ago, so that's funny. But Mortal Kombat 2, or Mortal Kombat. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. Pretty nice. Never played a Mortal Kombat, or why do I keep saying Mortal Kombat? Metal Gear Solid game. Never really played one, to be honest. But cool to have that. Street Fighter EX3. I kind of like this cover. It's very, very early 2000s. So that's cool. Dynasty Tactics. Never even heard of this one. Tactics Dynasty Warriors game. That's honestly sick. I wish that'd be really cool if they brought this back. I don't think it's worth much, but and then the final game from the bins for this video, guys. It might actually be cleaner than the copy I bought on eBay for $30 2 months ago. It was funny because my girlfriend, she messaged me like, yeah, it was all crappy sports games, you know, you're probably not gonna win anything. And then she sent me the picture and this was in it, and I was like, bruh. Xenosaga episode 1. It's no Xenosaga 2, and it especially ain't no Xenosaga 3 in terms of price. But finding Xenosaga at the bins is very, very nice. You can sell this for a pretty penny. I know I'm not gonna sell it probably. I'm just gonna be mentally ill and have 2 copies. maybe I'll give it to a friend. You know, spread the Xeno love around. Even though I've never played Xenosaga, so really cool to find this. at the bins. Or, well, shout out to my girlfriend for finding it in my absence there. So, pretty good time at the bins recently. I mean, we're already 20 minutes into this video, and I haven't even gotten to the Switch stuff. But before we get to the Switch stuff, I do have 2 3DS games. Well, it's one 3DS game that I bought twice. I forgot that I even ordered 2 copies of it. It was very much an impulse thing. When they announced that Limited Run was going to be re-releasing this game, I was like, you know, I'm kind of already over the 3DS hype, you know, whatever. And I was like, then I woke up the morning that pre-orders went up, and I was like, I'll just throw it on a credit card. Why not? It's not going to go down in price. So I ended up getting 2 copies. I'm not going to sell either of them, at least not for the foreseeable future. But Simran Kagura Deep Crimson. The Double D edition, I think is what it's called. Got 2 copies of it. I don't know. One for the collection for sure, but maybe eventually I'll sell the other one. But yeah, 3DS game. These were going for a lot of money. I think they had them for 35 or 40 on Limited Run. And then they... on eBay, they were going for like 200 on eBay. I think it's dropped some immensely because of Limited Run, which is fine. It's good. It's good that they reprinted them or however they did it. Yeah, went in and picked up 2 copies of that. Now we get to the Switch games. I have a problem. And also, I just want to mention, not counting the Simran Kagura, everything I just showed from the bins, I mean, I probably spent 30, 40 bucks on. You know, literally like no money. Which, I mean, that sounds like a little bit, but like I said, I can sell Xenosaga and pay for literally everything I just showed you. So, like, you get the idea, you know? It's very cheap there. But that said, though, we have some Switch'ems to get through. So, here, we'll start with, actually, you know what? Here, this just came out today. I had it pre-ordered when I got ahead and picked it up. The standalone release of Bayonetta on the Switch. I'm going for every Nintendo published game, and obviously Bayonetta 3 is coming out next month. So I already have Bayonetta 2, so it'll be nice to have all 3 of them on the Switch standalone. It's really nice when companies do that. I like that a lot. This is a game I posted my review for. Go check it out. Bought this last week, kind of on an impulse, and that is the Diofield Chronicle from Square Enix. Pretty good game. Go check out that review. Not sure if it should be $60, but beggars can't be choosers. Got this early. Someone listed Omarkari for way cheaper than they probably should have or whatever, and they posted it like a week in advance. I did a video on this as well. Nier Automata, the End of Your Edition. Actually a pretty damn good port, so go check out that video. Then what else do we have here? This is on Amazon for $8. I already have the game, but I figured for $8, why not? Have a sealed copy, Room Factory 4 Special. Figure that game, I don't know. Room Factory. I like Room Factory. I've never really like gotten into Room Factory, but from what I played of Room Factory 4 on 3DS, I did enjoy it. So that's cool. Kind of just picking and choosing. Impulse purchase on Amazon. East Origin. Never played a East game, but for the collection, cool to have. Another Amazon purchase. This was on sale for, I think, $15. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. I actually do want to play this. I like Warriors games a lot, but normally I kind of have my fill after the 2 or 3 tie-in games a year I play. But I would like to play like a proper Dynasty Warriors, you know, with the old Chinese history and all that. Kind of picking and choosing my battles here. Okay, we'll just do this real quick. This actually just came in the mail today. This was a Play Asia order. My first time ever ordering from Play Asia. And I've been trying to, you can kind of tell from those other couple of pickups, I'm trying to pad out my Square Enix collection because I think Square Enix games are, A, I love them, typically, although I've never played any of these 3 games. And B, I think, especially these like import games, could go up in value. And I'm not buying them specifically because, I think they're going to go up, but more so because, A, I want them, and B, I'd rather buy them now while they're retail before I have to suffer and pay more, because I know I'm going to like all 3 of these games. I've played games in the franchises, just never these specific ones. So the 3 games I got was Legend of Mana. I've only played, was it Final Fantasy Legend? Is that what it's called? Final Fantasy Adventure? The first one, the first Mana game, Sword of Mana, on the original Game Boy and the Collection of Mana. So I went in and picked this up. And actually, while I show you that, I might as well show you I picked up a physical copy of this. I had it digitally when it came out, but I wanted to get a physical copy of Collection of Mana, so that's nice. Have never played any other Mana game, but I'm going to. I need to play Secret of Mana, and I know this might be sacrilege, but I kind of want to play the PS4 remake. Forgive me. But back to the Play Asia order. Going for all the Final Fantasy games, got Final Fantasy 9, which is really interesting because it's like a sideways game. Absolutely hate that spine font. Why'd you do that, Square Enix? What were you thinking? But Final Fantasy 9, it's just cool to have a game like that have its own standalone physical release on Switch. I don't think the PS4 or Xbox has like a standalone copy of that, which is just cool. For a collector like me, it's cool to have standalone games. That's why I don't really want the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD thing to be a bundle, because I'd rather have them be separate games with like their own cover art. And then the final game from that Play Asia order was Chrono Cross. I've actually never played a Chrono game. Never played Chrono Trigger. Never played Chrono Cross. But I figured, you know what? Screw it. I'll probably like it. I like me a JRPG every once in a while. Speaking of JRPGs, eBay purchase, Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age. And then we saw some more Square Enix. We'll save some more Square Enix for the end. Bought this for cheap, penny crunching Princess. I actually did a review for this game back in like 2018 on my old channel. Pretty fun game, pretty cheap game. And trying to kind of like Square Enix, I'm trying to pad out the NIS America. As you can see with this next game, this is actually a new release. Haven't opened it yet because I just haven't had time because I was finishing up Dio Field, and then Nier Automata came out, or I got it early, and I've still been playing Splatoon 3. But always wanted to play the series. Figured I'd pick it up because I was looking at the other prices for the other games on Switch, and they've only gone up, really, from retail. So I got Trails from Zero Deluxe Edition, Legend of Heroes, of course. This is the first game in like this little trilogy of Legend of Heroes games. It's very confusing. If you're watching this and you play these games, you know. I was looking on Wikipedia. It's very confusing. There's like the Cold Steel series. There's the Zero like duology, I think. There's another one, the Sky. I think Trails from the Sky or whatever. So this game's very confusing. It's kind of hard to play them all because most of them are like on PSP and PS Vita. And then I think PS4 has all the Cold Steel games, but then Switch only has 3 and 4. It's not the most user-friendly to get into. So I hope NIS America publishes all of these on Switch. That'd be nice. Or just modern platforms. This is a random one. I didn't even know this had like an American release. Once again, an import from, I think, Singapore. Doesn't have the ESRB logo on it, but it is English. Doesn't have the PEGI either. I know there's a European release of this. But Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto. No PEGI. No ugly PEGI. Text is different font, but it is not centered, which is nice. Although with the name that long, you're not going to have much room to center that. So that's cool. And then 3 final Switch games here. That's a lot of Switch games for one day in my book. Saga Frontier Remastered. This was actually cheaper on eBay than it was on Play Asia, so I got this. Never played a Saga game, but you know what? Might as well. Another NIS game. I've tried to play this series so many times because I actually, ashamed to admit it, I got a review code for Disgaea 1 as well as Disgaea 6, and I played a little bit of both of them, and I was kind of into it for a little bit for both of them, and then I just completely fall off. But I think I just need, I don't know what it is I need. I need maybe just like follow a guide on like how to build my characters or something. Because I do like Tactus gameplay, but Disgaea was a little overwhelming. So I apologize for not uploading reviews of those when I got codes for them. But I did get a physical copy of Disgaea 4 Complete. I figured, you know what? This is the most expensive one on Switch. Might as well start there and then work my way down because the other ones aren't too bad. This one goes for above MSRP now, or around MSRP, at least used. And it has a little thing in there with a fish. I don't know why. Also some good reversible cover art. So picked up that. They still need to do 2 and 3 complete, right? And then the final pickup. This is, again, that's like low-key been haunting me. Speaking of Warriors games, this was a Switch launch game, but it was only ever released in Japan, and I always wondered why. Because this game was released on PS4 in North America. It has English. The English dub and all that. Actually, I'm not sure if it's dubbed, but the English translation of the text at the very least and release of these 2 games was done years ago on PS4, and I just always wondered why they never localized it from Square Enix. So I went ahead and picked it up, the physical copy from Japan, because I think we're at the point now where it's kind of obvious they're not going to localize it physically, at least. So I went ahead and picked up Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2 on the Nintendo Switch. This game is pretty pricey. Got a really good deal on it. So happy with that. Simple little cartridge. I remember even in Japan, it was like the game cost more than like a $60 equivalent, right? Because it had to use the 32 gig cart, and the more it costs to make the cart, then the more it costs to manufacture the game. Back then, that was a big deal with games trying to fit on, because I think this game is like 28 gigs or something. So that was a pretty good pickup. Glad to have it. And yeah, definitely expanding my Switch collection with more import stuff, more actual Japanese games. That one has the Zero rating on it because there was no like Singapore release. And then yeah, obviously the games from Singapore that are technically English, that don't have the PEGI, but don't have ESRB either. So that was a lot of Switch games. Definitely need to make room on my shelf now for all this, because that's a lot. Collecting goals right now for me, definitely. I still want to finish. I don't have all the Nintendo published games on Switch. I'm like 10 away, maybe. I need to get those Pokemon games, the ones with the expansion pass built in. And then definitely Square Enix and NIS America. I definitely want to get a lot of that. Square Enix especially. The only Final Fantasy game I'm missing now is 7 and 8 in the, or also World of Final Fantasy. But 7 and 8 has like a combo pack. But once again, there's like the Peggy version, and there's like this other version that doesn't have that, and the text looks normal on the spine. So I'm gonna be mentally ill and go for that version, even though it's like almost twice the price. And it's a little bit harder to find because everybody on Mercari and eBay uses stock images. I hate it. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this pickups video, please subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. Share it around with your friends. Let me know what you guys have been picking up down in the comments below. Have you found anything good at your thrift stores? Have you been buying anything impulsively like me on Amazon or GameStop or whatever? And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter as well. You can join my Discord. That is linked down below. And until next time, folks, peace.